Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Crusader Kings 2. Ignore the chat. Oh right, you can't even see the chat on these videos. That's fine, because it went dark places with many Chris Benoit jokes. We had a weird pre-stream conversation. So, where we left off, Black Death has finally passed us by. Although you'll notice, we're making like half the money we used to. We used to make almost exactly 1,000 gold a year. We're getting 513 a year, which is still really good, but, you know, we're not prospering like we used to. Depopulation is mostly dealt with in a lot of counties. I'm sure there's still some with depopulation. Yeah, there's a little bit of minor depopulation in a lot of Vassal's places, whereas my personal places, depopulation is done. In fact, is it still Naden? No, what about the island? No, it looks like all of our personal land, depopulation's gone, but there's no prosperity. So things are still kind of recovering. We still need to kowtow to the Emperor, which Annoying Wizard reminded me of as we were getting set up, which is very helpful. Sorry, hiccups a little bit. We need to kowtow to the Emperor. Cost prestige, which really isn't a big deal at this point. However, the problem is you get a pretty long regency out of it. Okay, Silk Road reduced, value of Silk Road reduced by 25% right now. Okay, just making sure that we, understand the current status of the Silk Road. So that is impacting our income just a little. Not a lot, just a little. We're also still trying to assassinate the Caliph. That's the Shia Caliph, to be specific, who owns this land, which we got a little bit of this last stream in a holy war. We're trying to kill him just because we have a 10-year treaty with him, peace deal, because, you know, we won a war. If we kill him, though, then we could go straight into another war, because peace treaties are with the individual, not with the country. So if that ruler of that country died, then the truce is off, and I could just declare again without being a truce breaker, and truce breaker is very bad for your public perception. Thanks for following. Lethos, welcome to the flock. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I really want to get Baghdad, which is right here. Baghdad is not only just a fantastic county in general, landlocked, which sucks a little bit, but it is along the Silk Road. It can have a trade post, which is very nice, and it has max amount of holdings, all around just a really, really good tile. It's even got a hospital there. Yeah, it looks like they actually built a hospital. That's cool. Just level 1 hospital, but you know. Still, very valuable place, and it is the last Sunni holy site that is not currently held by a Sunni ruler. If we were to have Baghdad under Sunni control, whether it be us or someone else, although preferably I'd like it to be me, that would be very good for the moral authority of Sunni as a religion, Sunni Islam. And considering the Crusades are almost definitely starting this stream, having high moral authority for a religion will be nice. It'll also help us stamp out all of these heresies down here. We have Monophysite, Miaphysite. We still have a little bit of Shia up in here. So, you know, there's a lot to be dealing with. MDB, if you take Cairo, you can become Zunist. Yeah, if you take certain holy sites, you can become whatever you want, but I'm cool with staying Sunni. I mean, unless we all become a bunch of Taoists, that'd be pretty cool. That's probably pretty far down the line, that, though, if we were to all become a bunch of Taoists, because we actually have a little bit of Taoism down here. Yeah, because this is owned by, like, a Chinese family that are a bunch of Taoists, although the population isn't Taoist. Anyway, let's run the clock a little bit. And we are reinforcing the levy now, or the retinue? Yes, we are reinforcing it just slowly. Yeah, it's still, we're paying 356 ducats a year, which is a lot, but we need to get that that retinue functional again. What was this, revoking? Oh yeah, we're gonna get notifications about that all the time, because we just got some new lands, and naturally, a lot of that is going to be revoked. They're going to be revoking vassals under them, because there's gonna be some, you know, like Shia mayors and temple holders and whatnot that are probably going to get replaced with Sunni ones, which is good. It'll just be a little thing to help convert the population. My sister wants me to press a claim. Against who? Sorry? God, there really should be a way of just immediately checking the country. Sultan Ismail the Tormentor. Is that this guy? No. Who is Ismail the Tormentor? This is, how do I spell that? Ismail the Tormentor. Is this Ismail the Tormentor? No. Well, it doesn't tell me his fucking last name, so we're just gonna have to look through every Ismail to find the Tormentor. Fuck's sake. Oh, that's a popular name. They said he's a sultan. Sultan Ismail the Tormentor. Okay, give me rank. We have one sultan. He is the Tormentor. He is the Western Protectorate? I mean, here's the thing. I quite would like to press a claim against him. However, and this land would come into mine. However, this is against a Western Protectorate, and I'm on very good terms with China. I'm not entirely sure China will declare on me for this. I'm not sure. I've actually never declared on a Western Protectorate. So what kingdom titles does this man have? His only sultanate is... Whoa, really? Okay, his only sultanate is this whole thing. This could make my sister the sultan under my rule, and I would get a lot of land. And I'm not going to be the first to complain about that. Do I want to do that? I'm actually not sure. How many troops does this guy have? Only 5,000. That's pathetic, and he has no alliances. Now, I am threatening. He's not in a defensive pact against me, is he? He is in a defensive pact against me. Who else is? I would like to select that man again. This guy. All right, this is the members, the list of members. He is the only member of the defensive pact against me for Muslims. Oh man, that actually makes it quite tempting. As long as China doesn't get involved, it's his 5,000 versus my 45,000. And I'm not entirely sure there is any remote possibility I could lose that. That's a slam dunk victory right there. My retinue is bigger than his entire levy. I think we're going to accept this. Yes, I think I will join that war. This is a slam dunk victory. I'm not particularly concerned, actually. Okay. Let's remind ourselves of what we have right now. We actually have some good commanders. We have a vassal. Vassal. It's okay. I just said a word that's neither of the words I wanted to say. Siege leader. I don't know why I said vassal. We don't have an organizer, though. Wasn't that a problem? No, we have one now. Good. Okay, so we have him attached. And we may as well have a flanker on the other side. Okay, that's a solid line of command right there. We may as well siege this down, considering it's very close, and will just get us a little bit of war score. But realistically, we're not winning this war without marching to them, and at least taking their capital. Wow, their capital is... That can't be their capital, no, it's the biggest symbol. That's their capital. Why did you pick such a shitty capital? You've got this place, which is much better, and you picked to have this be your capital. This one's along the Silk Road, and you picked this to be your capital. Crapital is more like it. You would need to pull a battle of 300 to beat you, pretty much. You know, I'm not particularly concerned, I have to be honest. And yes, the 300 did lose that war. That is a good point as well. Let's just... I don't really want to raise my personal levy, to be honest. I just want to raise like a few vassal levies. Yeah, like 5,000 there just to go to his country and attack it. I don't want to raise any of my personal levy. Just because, you know, that costs me money. And I'd rather cost the money of my vassals. Sure, vassal, you can marry a random courtier of mine. Whatever makes you like me more. That was a quick siege. We must not condemn the Jews and the Christians for their errors. Huh? We have sympathy for Christendom and Judaism. That's fine with me. I'm not really in the market of killing everybody of a different religion in my country. I just like the population converted for the sake of stability. Let's get another flanker, because he's not being used. And we will take this individual, because he could be center or flank. And this man will march right for the capital. No reason not to, I guess. Actually, he's not going to reach there before the other one does, because the other one's an organizer. I'm going to march for a different city. Or county, as it were. That was incredibly easy. Okay, he must have just had like a castle in each one of those, and they must have been quite poorly defended as I siege them near instantly. He does own a little bit of land in there, which I guess I'll go to on the way. Okay, we'll march. And I'll read the chat a little bit while they march. I just, you know, gotta keep an eye on the game a bit here to make sure they don't surprise me. Nope, what is this? Traveler from the east reaches your court along with a personal bodyguard. Reading from a scroll, he states that the great emperor of China demands tribute of 1,000 heavenly horses. That'll cost me more money than I have. Your emperor has no power here. I don't want to go into debt because you can have very bad debuffs out of that. So I'm actually going to say no. I don't like to piss off the emperor, but we've got quite good relations with him, so I doubt anything too severe will happen. At the same time, this is Crusader Kings 2, and the emperor might just be a supreme hard-ass. You never know. I don't want to fight that uprising. That's somebody else's war. In fact, it looks like it's a war against the Shia that I've been against this whole time, so I'd rather they get waylaid. You like that? The Bizan snake happening in Persia? That's a really good way to put that. I like it. That's wonderful. Also, I'm drinking some delicious double bergamot Earl Grey. I love double bergamot Earl Grey. Earl Grey in general is wonderful, but double bergamot Earl Grey, it tastes so different. If you haven't tried double bergamot Earl Grey, try it sometime. It's very different. Yeah, I'm not going unnoticed. Henceforth, punished. Okay, so we lose 500 grace, which sucks, but we couldn't afford to go into debt. And also trade value down by 20 for 5 years. That's actually getting off a little bit light. I was a little bit concerned I'd get into a war out of that. So sucks, but not the biggest deal in the world. And yes, that Sultan can marry my sister. That makes sure that Sultan can't rise up against me. And I believe that's the Sultan who might have actually taken some of this land up here, so I'd quite like stability with him. I want him on our side. I want close relations with the powerful Sultans. Canadian talking about tea. Well, of course, tea is like the drink here. The Canadian standard tea, there's a vassal wanting another marriage, is fine. County has been converted to Sunni, good. The Canadian standard tea is orange pico, which I believe is different from... I think we might be the only country where the standard tea is orange pico, which is an okay tea. It's very bog standard tea. I guess maybe that's just because I'm used to it, but I don't know. It's not a super fancy tea. It's a very, very standard tea. I know, people who don't know tea usually refer to it as tea-flavored tea, which I think is hilarious. It's if you go to a restaurant, you order a tea, and you don't specify, you're getting a cup of orange pico, which is just a safe, reliable, never gonna suck tea. You know, he's actually quite intelligent, and I'd like it, because that would make him like me, but he's also paranoid, so he probably wouldn't do his job often, but I want him to like me, because he's one of my sultans. I'll take him. He'll like me more for it, and even if he doesn't do his job all that often, I don't really give that much of a shit if my imam sucks. Oh, apparently they own a random mosque there. I don't really care that much if my imam sucks. The imam is like the least important guy here. I don't even know where the enemy army is. They must be busy with a different war. What is this? Like to back our plot to fabricate a claim on Egypt. No. I'm not getting implicated in your bullshit. Oh, and before I forget... Oh, hold on, what is this? You should have noticed mine seems drift when we discuss monetary issues. He can teach me... Yes, he can teach me stewardship skill. I actually like this event. This can get me stewardship, which I very much want. I wanted to look at my plot power again. Do I have a good opportunity to kill this guy yet? Oh, I've got somebody I can bribe, yes, for only 53 ducats. And that will massively raise my... What is his relation? He's the spy master of the Sultan. Okay, that'll massively help my chance of assassinating that Sultan and getting me another holy war against the Shia much sooner. So, yeah. Anyone else I can bribe on the cheap? Because that'll bring us really close to 100. Earning trust is earning goal. This makes me honest. Or I can become greedy and get some immediate money. Yeah, I'm going to become greedy, although I'll probably become charitable by the end. That's common, but I'd rather take the money up front. Because honest is bad for intrigue, and people are going to try to kill me. So I'd rather be greedy. There we go. We will hold our end of the deal when you hold yours. We've had this event a few times, or else I'd be reading it a bit more. And it wasn't for me, it feels like stealing. We, what is this? We gained shy. Hated it, we could just kill the peasants and take their money. This would make me gain slothful and lose diligent, which is really shit. So I'd rather be charitable and shy, which sucks. But charitable's fine, it's just greedy is better. It's +3 diplomacy, which is nice for realm stability, so I do like charitable. Although I do prefer greedy because the money gain is big, and then I lose 2 diplomacy for shy. But grand total, we're getting a net benefit of 1 on diplomacy, so I can't argue with that. And we got a little bit of money, lump sum. Come on, would you join that plot already? So we're at 98%. So we only need to bribe 1 more guy. Yeah, 15 there. Bribed 1 guy, that'll get us past 100, so we have a decent chance of killing that caliph, although it might take a while. There we go. And has anyone marched to my lands? Not looking like it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to open something that stabilizes the map a little bit in the background. Let me do that. I actually totally forgot I usually do this. Sorry. You're gonna hear a Windows noise for a second. It's not your computer, it's mine. There we go, that was me. I was opening DxTory. It's a recording software, but also has, and you could, pro tip everybody, this also works if you get the demo version, although I have the full version. You can use this just to limit the frame rate of games. There's a setting where it's limit frame rate, and I just limit it to 60, because the game tries to go as fast as it can. I just limit it to 60 when I'm streaming, and then it's like super stable. Oh, did the game just crash? Oh, don't tell me the game crashed. It's looking weird now. I guess I've never opened it while the game's already active, have I? Oh, the game is visually just not even updating for me. That is not supposed to happen. Luckily, yeah, like I hear menus, but yeah. I'll do a little bit of extra time to stream today to make sure that we don't miss anything. Luckily, the game autosaves every month, so we didn't actually lose anything, probably. What I'm gonna do is I am going to, where is it? I'm gonna close the program. Does that do anything? No, game's borked. Okay, I'm gonna hard close the game. I'm gonna hard close the game. There we go. And I am going to stop the recording for 1 second and we'll get it working again. There we go, we loaded the game back in. I literally just closed and opened it. Everything's fine now. We are still charitable and shy, which means the event popped and it looks like we didn't miss a day. So, yay! Nothing's wrong. All right. Get that fighting going. You know, just stay there and siege what you're standing on. God, does the supply here suck? Is that the problem? This place is so shitty. The supply sucks, and that's starving out our armies. Good God, I'm actually gonna have to make forts while I'm here. I don't think I've ever had to do this on stream. So what I just did there, oh, thanks for subscribing, Annoying Wizard, I appreciate that. What I'm doing here is you can build forts on enemy land on the cheap for like 20 gold, and you build it really fast, and it helps deal with supply issues while you're inland you're sieging. It's pretty much mandatory if you're attacking pagan lands, because pagan lands have horrific attrition damage. This might help us a little. Yeah, that did boost the supply enough because we have a controlled holding there and everything. Now, we are still losing some because we're doing a siege, obviously. Another county converted, good. And that upped the supply there to what it needs to be. Okay, so we're not having supply issues in the land we're taking now, at least, so we're taking less attrition. What is this? From Tunis, allowed me to thumb through the first few books of, oh, right, because I'm learning stewardship. Grow 7 books over several years. I'd be honored to have you as my guest while you work on your book. Oh, okay. Courtier coming in to learn from me as they write a book.